Hello ladies and gentlemen, hope have had a fabulous week. Here in Arkansas the weather has been superb, perfect time to go out and do some hiking, do some family stuff, and that's what I've been doing with my family. But again, I want to make sure that we continue our summer spotlight, and I'm so excited. Our guest this week is someone very close, not only to my family, but to our Central Arkansas Entertainment team, and a lot of you are so familiar because you know what? She's warmed the hearts of everybody in Little Rock, let alone the state of Arkansas. Every time when you get up early and you turn on, for me automatically it's Channel 4. So I've known of her for so long, and just a couple years ago we had the opportunity of being blessed with speaking parts in God's Not Dead Part 2. What an awesome experience. And then earlier this year, in January, we hosted the Arkansas Democrat Gazette Bridal Show. So with any further ado, it is my distinct honor to introduce to you Miss Mallory Hardin Brooks. Mallory.
Thank you so much. Thank you for doing this today. It means so much to me. And it was so much fun working with you. When we did the show together a few months, you had just had your baby girl, baby girl, and your sweet wife brought her and was able to show her to the crowd. So sweet. And I love what you do. I've been to several of your weddings and they're always fun. Always out on the dance floor. He's the best. Love Central Arkansas Entertainment. And thanks for having me here today. This is fun.
This is a great honor. The location, we spoke about this. We just didn't want it to be somewhere normal. We wanted, you have created a brand for yourself.
Oh, thank you.
That you're well respected. Like I said, you have warmed the hearts of everyone. So when everyone's waking up in the morning, they're getting their news directly from you and the team on Channel 4. KARK 4, correct?
Yes.
And what an opportunity to have and ask you the 3 basic questions which I've had. And is there something else that we can share as far as your, you know what, let me shoot out to the first question.
Okay.
Because basically you can fill in your history or your bio. The 3 questions I've asked, and again, ladies and gentlemen, the Summer Spotlight, I wanted to reach out. So much going on in the world in social media, especially locally. We've had some stuff going on in Little Rock, and I want, being that I'm a local DJ, let alone actor, and I'm a family man, I want to make sure that everyone gets filled with some love, some inspiration, and good stuff. So I've been interviewing influential people, and of course Mallory's super influential. And I wanted to ask 3 basic questions and get a different view from different angles from different people in the community. So my first question goes, or is, growing up, what was it that convinced you this was your career of choice?
Well, I have actually wanted to do the news since I was a little girl, as far as I can remember. And that's what I do now. I do the morning show from 5 to 7 on KARK morning show, and that has kind of been my dream since I was a kid. I always say I was the only kid on the block that would be out playing in the neighborhood, riding bikes, and then at 5 o'clock I had to run home to watch the local news. I mean, don't you guys want to see what's going on? Like, no, we don't want to go watch the news. Or when, you know, there were clouds and storms brewing, I would always want to go ask my teacher at school, like, about the storm. She'd be like, no, go finish your work, Mallory. Well, let's talk about the storm. Like, I've always been so, since I was a kid, I wanted to know the news, I wanted to know the weather, I wanted to know what was happening, and so it's kind of a dream to be in it now, to get to do it every day and be in the middle of news and weather whenever it's happening. So growing up, I used to do weather reports from my back deck with our little home video camera, and now getting to do the news and to be there for the weather is really, really neat. So I always wanted to do it. When I got into college, I didn't realize I thought I'd go to college and do it, and realized that a lot less people actually get into it than want to get into it. So it took work. It took a lot of hard work, a lot of crazy hours. The news has insane hours. No one really works a typical schedule 9 to 5, and so you kind of have to be willing to do that and put aside your life for a little while to work your way up, and that's what it took.
I have to ask, you mentioned hours.
Yes. Now,
as a parent, and then you've met my family, I have 3 daughters, and with the baby, our hours vary.
Yes.
You as an awesome broadcaster and your awesome family and your beautiful baby, how do you do it?
Thank you.
Especially being up that early.
It's so hard. It's really hard. It's my alarm clock goes off at 2:30 in the morning. That's when the first alarm goes off. I shouldn't give myself credit. I haven't woken up in years the first time. That's just that you need to start getting the process. And thank goodness my husband is a hard sleeper. Thank goodness, because I have, I think, 6 alarms that go off, and I usually get up by the 3rd or 4th one. So I try to be up by 3 at the very, very latest, and at work by 4. And you know, we go on the air at 5 o'clock, and so as soon as I get to work, I drink a lot of coffee. That's actually how I do it. I'm a heavy coffee drinker. But by the time I walk into the station, I'm drinking coffee, and there's always so much going on and getting in the scripts. I get ready at work. I go to work with rollers in my hair. That's about all I do. Almost put rollers in my hair and brush my teeth. And get ready and drink coffee, and then we all literally, if you ever watch our morning show at 5 a.m., we say, good morning, welcome to KARK for today. But if you look closely, you'll notice that we're all a little bit disheveled. I probably don't have my earrings in yet. DJ is always putting on his microphone as 5 o'clock hits. It's probably still dangling off. We're all a little bit of a mess. We call it kind of progressive. We all finish our makeup throughout the first few commercial breaks. And then by 6 o'clock, we say that's when we really get rolling. And then the Today Show starts at 7. So it's fun. It's like a family. We see each other at our worst and at our best. And there are mornings when I'm tired. I have a toddler at home who doesn't sleep all the time. So sometimes I just want to fall over, but as soon as the camera comes on, you know, I could take a nap during a commercial break, and then it comes back on, good morning. But as soon as we go back to commercial, I'll probably put my head back down every few mornings and take a little break.
So your passion since you were a child has become your lifestyle.
It has. And I'm thankful for that. I'm really thankful. I am. And that's what I have to remember when the job gets tough, is that this is what I've always wanted, and I'm so thankful I'm able to do it.
One of the reasons why I wanted to do this is that people can get a raw and unplugged view of influential people as far as yourself, and the fact that you rollers. I'm like, how many beautiful ladies can relate to that, or let alone the makeup, right? Yes. Or even guys with my hair, guys. I mean, but with all that going on, and you've shared your passion, my second question, who in your life was a big influence that's helped you, motivated you, or maybe even helped you and disciplined, or helped with that discipline to be where you're at?
That's a really good question. Several people along the way. My parents, my dad was a really, really hard worker. He had 5 jobs at one point. He always was working, yes, and he always somehow made time for his family, but he was a very, very hard worker. And so I always tried to take that from him, is to work, 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 and then the second you get a break, just go straight to your family. My mom, on the other hand, is the sweetest woman in the world. She bakes cookies for every person that she meets. She would bake cookies for the bug man, or whoever was coming over to our house. And so I always wanted to be just like my mom, who's just so kind and loving and like doesn't have a mean bone in her body. But then I also wanted to work hard like my dad, which it's hard to find a good balance, but probably my parents, they were definitely the biggest inspiration, and they've been my biggest cheerleaders. They've been wonderful. You know, the industry is tough, and it's not glamorous at all. TV is not glamorous at all, and so I think a lot of parents would think their kids were crazy to do some of the silly jobs I did leading up to it, but they always supported me, and I'm thankful for that. Very thankful.
So your parents are the MVPs?
Yes, they are. They're MVPs, and now they're the best grandparents ever. They're actually watching my little girl right now today while I've been at work this morning.
Thank you.
Doing this. Yes.
Thank you.
They're the best.
You know, that means so much, because you know what, Mallory, I think Little Rock deserves to see respectfully a different part of you, because I can vouch how much you've made an impact in the community in Little Rock. Seriously, I mean, I truly am a believer that people who work hard and have made an impression, and let alone in my life, people deserve a shout out. The recognition, you deserve that. You know, because if I had 1,000 people out, everyone would be applauding right now for your hard work and the inspiration you are. Not only that, and I have to mention, I give credit to my mom, my wife, my amazing wife, my 3 daughters, and my mother-in-law. Women rock. Or like Beyonce,
thank you.
Like
Beyonce
so say,
thank
women
you.
Rule the world. I have to say, dude, hey, that's my confession.
You're a smart man. Smart man to say that. Thank you. That's so sweet. Thank you.
All the credit and all the applause goes to you for your hard work, and thank you for what you do for the community and for Channel 4.
Thank you.
My pleasure. I have to ask, third question.
Okay.
What advice, if I was young, I'd always ask, other actors or I go see DJs even around the world, and I give credit to what I'm able to do now. And so anytime anyone has a question, I'm able to share or pay it forward. So in the essence of paying it forward and sharing your heart, what advice can you give people out there, especially young people who are in that same position, who are pretending to be on the mic, and to be where you are? What advice can you give everyone?
For young people out there, my goodness, just follow your dreams and work. It takes work. I think that's one thing that, we see interns come into our stations, and the ones that want to like really get out there and work, those are the ones that make it far. When you get into if young people are interested in the TV industry, when you get into it, I think a lot of people look and see. What I do now is I sit at an anchor desk and I read news, and I also write stories and I research and I make a lot of phone calls. But they see that and they think they're just going to come in and read news. But what they didn't see is for years I was out in the field reporting in the middle. I've been through several tornadoes, on crime scenes and homicides and things that aren't pretty. And so you have to be willing to work and work overnights and nights and mornings. And if you're willing to work hard and be kind, you can do anything. That's actually a quote from Conan O'Brien that he said once when he left his show. If you work hard, be kind, and amazing things will happen. So if you can work and get your hands dirty, and you're not willing to work crazy, you are willing to work crazy hours, and then you're also nice to the people around you and you want good for other people around you, I think that you're on the path to success. Absolutely. Work hard, be nice, and then also listen to the people that you're with. It is so, I'm as guilty as anyone on my phone. I'm always like, I am so guilty. I love to my little girl's 3, she's already like, but when you're around the people, when you're at a job, listen to the people, pay attention to them. Even though it's so hard in this day and time, all the fun is it's always happening on our devices. Pay attention to what's around you and enjoy the moment, and you'll be set, you'll be good to go. Don't worry about the drama. The big things are not as big as they seem at the time.
That makes perfect sense, yes, ma'am.
They're not as big as they seem.
So bottom line, I know there's a lot of people that deal thinking everyone's going to be handed to them. No, you have to. yes, work. You definitely have to put in. And so I want to use the phrase, you've paid your dues. Respectfully, I want to be the one because sometimes we're humble enough to say, I would say, as a witness, you've paid your dues.
Thank you.
And that's why it's important that I hope everyone out there can agree with me that this is, if we had a contest, this is Mrs. Little Rock right here.
You're sweet, thank you. You're so kind.
From what we know.
That. You're sweet, thank you so much.
It's been an honor sharing. No, it's my pleasure, Mallory, for real. And like I said, with the impact you made in the community and the projects that we worked, and I know we're going to work on some future projects as well. I have to shoot you with a bonus question, if I may.
Yes,
all right? And it's nothing too much, all right? My question, so again, on my profile it says DJ, actor, family man. Okay. So I have to include the DJ aspect of it. So what is your go-to jam right now?
Oh, go-to jam right now. Okay, so the new Calvin Harris, what is it called? Feels? Is that what it is? Feels? Is that good? Do you like that? I love that. I love Bruno Mars right now. I love that. Those would probably be some of the top summer ones. I'd have to get out my playlist. Anything upbeat in the morning, I have to listen to as much upbeat to get going. Throughout the show, during commercial breaks, we listen to upbeat music just to keep us awake for the most part. What's on your? That's a bonus question. What's on your playlist? What is the summer song for weddings?
Oh wow! I have a hot remix of Justin Timberlake's "Can't Stop the Feeling." And it's a house remix of it, and it's like 10 for 10.
Does the crowd go wild?
Oh yeah, because it's such a popular song, and then you're dealing with different ages at weddings.
Yes.
So it's a wedding that connects all the generations, and everyone's just out there with their hands up. I have a video at a wedding, and everyone's like.
That's what. Well, we listen. I love Justin Timberlake, but since "Can't Stop the Feeling" is in Trolls, which Trolls plays all the time at our house. my little girl thinks it's the greatest song ever, and we like it. So it's like universally everybody's happy. It's like the new Cupid Shuffle at the weddings, I guess.
Exactly. And like I said, there's so much stuff that I try to apply to different genres or different ages, and that everyone has a good time and stuff.
Well, I have to tell you, I've been to several weddings you've done. One of the last ones, my cousin Hannah got married, and you were so wonderful. And my husband and I had a ball dancing on the dance floor to your songs. And then you did all these special things throughout the wedding that were so neat, like highlighting the couples that have been married forever and asking their advice. And it's just really special. It's really neat. If I will never, because I love my husband forever, so we've never, if we ever renew our vows and have a party, we want you to do it.
It would be my utmost honor, for real, like seriously. And then one thing I remember looking when I had a moment where everyone had a chance to be romantic, and that was touching to see you out there with your husband.
Oh, thank you. He's a good man. He's a good man.
Credit to
him. Love you.
Mallory, it has been, I mean, this is one of those moments, historic for me, but I feel the fellas and I feel that we're on cloud 9 to have this opportunity.
Oh, thank you. What's an honor? It's an honor to do this. Thank you so much. Thank you for doing this. Thanks for letting me blab on.
Yay! Again, ladies and gentlemen, if we could, and we had all these people watch right now, let's give a round of applause for Miss Mallory right here.
So much.
And thank you for joining in on my page on Summer Spotlight, and we'll see you on to the next one. Again, big thanks to Miss Mallory Hardin Brooks, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Thanks. It was really fun.
Give a big shout out to the Albert Pike Masonic Temple for allowing us to have this wonderful interview. What did you think of this?
It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. The theater they have there. They have an absolutely amazing reception hall down there for receptions. It's gorgeous. The history in this building is amazing.
It's amazing. Amazing. I mean, we're in a library right now that, I mean, we saw books that said 1800 something. And, but again, I want to definitely invite you all, if you're looking for a special spot for your venue, definitely give them a call. In fact, this Saturday I will be doing a wedding for 400 people downstairs. So we're definitely ready to make this memorable in this amazing building. So again, thank you to the Albert Pike Masonic Temple.